Hello, I hope you had an amazing weekend. I hope you got to go to church and got to see some friends. Maybe not all of them, but I hope you got to see a few of them um, wherever you went to church this weekend. It's Monday, and we're starting our new set of stories that we're going to be reading today and throughout the week. We're going to be going from page 41 to page 55. Now, if you've skipped past your reading and you've looked at the book, you'll see it's broken down into some poems, into some short stories. It's not like what we're used to from our last book that we read, where we had a lot of, or like one big story that we would all read together. This is broken up a little more than what we're used to, but that's okay. Read along, read out loud. There's several poems in this reading. We've got The Gift Outright, Wild Grapes is another poem. Now is another poem. You have Lou Gehrig's Epic Courage, that's a short story. And then finally, we're gonna conclude with Footprints, My Creed, Rules of Conduct, Second Inaugural Address, Speech at Constitutional Convention from the Declaration of Independence, and Liberty Speech. So you see, it's broken down a lot more than what we're used to, but all of these need to be read. In several of these, there's little paragraphs that talk about the poem or about the story. Make sure you read those too. Some of those paragraphs I'll use to take questions out, and they'll be on the quiz. I believe we'll be taking the quiz. I'll post the quiz for Thursday. That gives you 3 days to read over, and each day make sure you're reading through all the material and make sure you're reading out loud. Again, enunciating each word, not leaving words out. If you can read to someone, an older brother or sister, mom or dad, go ahead and read to them so that they can see how you're doing. But pay attention to what you're reading, because when you take the test on Thursday, you shouldn't be looking back at the book. You should have all the information. The quiz won't be too long. I'm gonna keep it under 15 questions. You guys usually get 10 questions, but there's a little more material, so I think we're gonna keep it at around 10 to 15 questions, and that'll be posted on Thursday for you. Again, make sure you slow down when you're reading. Don't rush through it. Make sure you're reading it out loud, and make sure you're paying attention to all the information that's being given. You can review your stories before you take the quiz on Thursday. I recommend that you do. Something that'll help in your study on page 55, and then over on page 51 and on page 44, you have time to think. There's several questions, and you can review those questions. I'll use some of those on the quiz. That'll give you some information of what to look forward to when you take the quiz. But make sure you study. Make sure you're, most importantly, make sure you're reading out loud every day. So today on Monday, tomorrow Tuesday, Wednesday, make sure you're reading all the information out loud. Thank you guys.